This is CBC Here and Now.
What are you going to get me? This was supposed to be the best Christmas ever, but no, I got to depend on a black stranger for my Christmas.
But that black stranger is a white man in blackface.
A controversial Christmas special created by a local comedy group.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Anthony Germain.
And I'm Debbie Cooper. Some people are calling a locally made video inappropriate and racist after a character was depicted in blackface. Big Jib Productions is a film company based in St. John's and is connected with George Street TV.
Now, the people behind it uploaded a video yesterday promoting its one-hour comedy special, and that video has one local group of advocates shaking their heads. Here and Now's Meg Roberts joins us live now in our studio. So Meg, what can you tell us about this video?
Well, the video was a trailer for the comedy group's one-hour Christmas special. It had planned on putting the special out tonight. The video features an all-white male cast, except one of the characters named Omar, played by local actor Kent Brown, is wearing blackface. At one point in the video, they refer to Omar as the Black Stranger. Now, here's a clip from that video now.
Come on, them. They're supposed to be in jail for cheating on me.
That's not true. No, that was for hiding stolen merchandise.
Some of the actors that you see in this trailer are well known. It's Kent Brown, Donnie Love, and Greg Malone. They had previously appeared in the Comedy Network TV series George Street TV, and episodes with these characters can be found on YouTube going back to 2011. CBC News reached out to all three performers but have not heard back. However, the group has seen our messages and removed the video from Facebook.
Okay, so Meg, how are people reacting to this video?
The Black Students Association at Memorial University says this video mocks and belittles black people. In a statement, the group said that the Memorial University Black Students Association strongly condemns the use of blackface in any manner. It is incredibly disgusting and astonishing that this issue is still prevalent in 2018. Performing in blackface of any kind is racist regardless of intention. Now, the group goes on to say that education on racism should not be the responsibility of those targeted by racism. This film blatantly runs contrary to the diverse and inclusive community that we know the province of Newfoundland is trying to build, though there is clearly work to be done. Now, I spoke with members of the public today about what they thought about the video, but not everyone thought the video was offensive. And this is actually what he looks like in real life.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think acting is, in acting everything is possible. He can change his color, he can change his dress, he can change his look.
It depends completely on the context. I don't think it's inherently always wrong. Obviously, it depends on what you're doing and what your purpose is.
Well, I'm thinking it's a video and he's an actor, right? So I guess when you're an actor, you assume so many roles. That's not really who you are anyways, but it's just for the movie or the clip or something.
What do you think about that?
Well, that's not socially acceptable. No one agrees with that. I mean, everybody's saying you're supposed to be politically correct. That's nowhere near politically correct.
Now, blackface is becoming quite a controversial topic. Just today, Prada removed products from its stores following accusations the items were racist. Megyn Kelly from NBC lost her show after making comments about blackface earlier this fall, and Robert Lepage, a Quebec theater director, received backlash after casting a white woman to play black slaves in a performance. Now, as we said earlier, while the performers have not returned our request for comment, we know they have received our messages and removed the video from Facebook. Reporting live in St. John's, I'm Meg Roberts for Here and Now.
A startling morning at the Health Sciences Centre in St. John's today. A code black was called. According to police, a 42-year-old man entered the building around 7, claiming to have explosives. The hospital was not evacuated during the threat, but people weren't allowed to enter. About an hour later, when the all clear call was given, people headed inside. Most were workers waiting for a shift change. The man said to be responsible was arrested without incident. No explosives were found. He was charged with causing a disturbance and uttering threats to cause death and property damage.
Police in Bay Roberts responded to an early morning fire at a storage container today where they discovered a dead man at the scene. It happened at around 6 o'clock this morning when RCMP answered the call along with members of the fire department. Now, no details on how the man died or how the fire started. Police say they and the medical examiner's office are still investigating. Kathy Dunderdale spent another day testifying at the inquiry into the Muskrat Falls project, and today the former premier revealed that she would have delayed giving final approval in 2012 if she had had the information that Nalcor had at that time. As Here and Now's Mark Quinn reports, she also explained why Quebec was never asked if it could supply power to the island of Newfoundland.
Former Premier Kathy Dunderdale has defended Nalcor, saying she had no reason to distrust the information it gave her. But today, Dunderdale suggested the Crown Corporation had let her down when it didn't give her all the information it had about the risk of project schedule overruns. Nalcor said the schedule to achieve first power in July 2017 was achievable. But some senior officials of the Muskrat Falls project team also had a report that said meeting that schedule was highly unlikely.
The information that we were given at sanction was that these numbers are pretty reliable. If somebody is telling us this and then they make a report available to us, they're saying something else completely different than that, and you haven't told us how you're going to mitigate that risk, then you have to say we need to stop right now.
Westney, a consulting group, told Nalcor's project team that they had not mitigated risks and that the possibility of staying on schedule was negligible. And of course, schedule overruns add large amounts of money to the cost of the project.
It could have meant a year or two, and it could have meant hundreds of millions of dollars.
Dunderdale also talked about Quebec. She was asked what advice Nalcor gave the government about the option of supplying the island with power purchased from Quebec.
I personally would have had the greatest difficulty, as would others in our government, in putting all our reliability on Hydro-Quebec to provide service to the people of the province under any circumstance.
Other witnesses have downplayed this as a reason why Newfoundland and Labrador never looked for a power purchase agreement for the island. But Dunderdale was clear. Another deal with Quebec was off the table. Mark Quinn, CBC News, St. John's.
Merry Christmas and thank you to everybody from the bottom of our hearts.
A follow-up tonight on a fundraiser to help a family in Happy Valley Goose Bay get an accessible van.
And you don't want to miss that story. It'll tug on your heartstrings. I noticed today, Ashley, a little bit cooler this afternoon when I went out, and I guess that's the wind or the humidity or
that's right.
Both.
Yeah, well, that same system that brought all that rain has now moved east. We're getting into more of a northeasterly flow. Winds are picking up, cooling down, and we're certainly starting to feel it. So if we take a look at what we're expecting as far as winds go, this is the top wind gust so far today. So you can see up along the Labrador coast is where we're seeing the strongest winds as of now, about 100 kilometers per hour. But as we head through the overnight, we've got a number of warnings in place, especially those wind warnings for the northeast coast. Now, they are winter storm warnings up through Labrador, which encompass this wind. So we are looking at winds between 100 and 110 kilometers per hour. The snow will continue, but all of this wind across the province with some newly fallen snow is leading to blowing. So we've got advisories in place as well. We'll have all those details in your full forecast coming up in a little bit. Anthony?
Thank you, Ashley. A man convicted of administering a noxious substance to his wife will soon find out his fate. Mark Rumbold was accused of drugging his wife with Ativan and sleeping pills. He told paramedics that she tried to kill herself, but he was later found at her bedside with a cloth near her mouth that was covered in a watered-down mixture of medications. Rumbold was cleared of attempted murder, but found guilty of administering a noxious substance. The prosecution wants to see him serve 2 to 3 years. His lawyer is arguing for a shorter sentence. Rumbold's ex-wife gave a victim impact statement today and said she's been alienated from her home and her neighborhood.
360 contract lecturers and research fellows at Memorial University have voted overwhelmingly in favor of a strike mandate, according to the PSAC. The workers teach about 40% of students at MUN, and the union says an instructor with a full course load makes about $30,000 a year. Both sides have been in talks for more than a year and a half, but conciliation failed, and MUN's final offer in October was not acceptable to Lumen. Armed with a strong strike mandate, the union hopes to force the employer back to the table with a better deal in January. The main outstanding issues are related to salaries and benefits. Meanwhile, contract talks between the university and MUNFA, the union representing upwards of 900 faculty, are back on. The two sides met yesterday with the help of a conciliator. They're hoping to meet again in early January. Well, here is a happy update to a story we brought you back in the fall. That's when the grandmother of a 6-year-old with spastic cerebral palsy started fundraising for an accessible vehicle.
And thanks to a provincial grant and some donations from far and wide, more than $60,000 are raised. And last night, Rose Coates was presented with the keys to her great new rig.
Our Jacob Barker was there.
With this simple act of passing over some keys, mobility became that much easier for Rose Coates and her granddaughter, Sophia.
No more. I have my last trip the hard way coming up here tonight. No more.
Up the ramp and into the back of a brand new modified Dodge Caravan.
Merry Christmas and thank you to everybody from the bottom of our hearts. It's done. We've got her Hot Wheels, we're going to call them. And now Christmas around the corner. We go to Mom's. It's just roll on and roll on. We can go to the grocery store now.
6-year-old Sophia has spastic cerebral palsy, which means she has very limited mobility in her arms and legs. Back in October, Rose showed how tough a task it is getting Sophia in and out of their Chevy Equinox. Access to a $25,000 grant from the province was a good start. Combined with donations from businesses, community groups, and individuals, the total raised reached more than $60,000.
And people coming up and just give you some money, say that's for the van. And they know who they are, but sometimes I didn't even know who I was.
There was a special presentation at the Shriners Bingo last night to thank those who donated, including the weekly game, which brought in more than $10,000 for the van.
This was a necessity, and this will help Sophia overcome her limitations.
I just can't thank everybody enough. I just really can't. It just melts my heart.
The first drive home came just after, fueling a nice start to the holiday season and a positive spin for the new year. Jacob Barker, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Isn't that wonderful for Sophia and Rose? She was so grateful.
Right, and such a great Christmas gift. Makes a difference too. Hey, Merry Christmas.
Forgotten unclaimed bank balances. It's a thing.
Canadians have been leaving and losing upwards of $700 million. What you need to know to keep your cash. That's ahead.
Welcome back, everyone. There is a lot of weather to get to, but just have a look at this video we'll show you. Some young students in Makkovik are getting in the holiday spirit, spreading Christmas cheer and singing loud for all to hear.
Jennifer Price is a teacher at J.C. Earhart Memorial All-Grade School, and she says that they decided to take advantage of yesterday's higher temperatures. Thank you, Ashley. And they headed out to a carol for the community elders.
Yeah, 4 snowmobiles with Cometics in tow carted 45 tiny carolers around Makkovik, singing in both English and Inuktitut. Here's how it looked.
Singing quite well.
They are. They must have practiced a lot.
Yeah, everyone's in key.
They get so excited to go back into the snowmobile, looks like, though.
Jennifer Price sent that along for
Thank
us,
you.
so thank you very much.
That's great.
Yeah, well, yesterday looked nice for Makkovik. Not so much the case today. If we take a look at the satellite radar, we can see where that low pressure system is just off the coast, and it's bringing lots of snow and wind to the Labrador coast, and we're seeing that for the Great Northern Peninsula as well. You can see that just edging in on the satellite rather right now. So if we take a look at temperatures right now, we talked about temperatures cooling down, hovering around the 0 degree mark for St. John's, minus single digits across most of Newfoundland, and then up through Labrador. Again, another warm day, only -3 in Makkovik right now. That is about 10 degrees above seasonal for this time of year, and then Labrador City sitting at -14. So as far as temperatures go tonight, we're going to see them generally sit around the minus single digits. Not much movement from now, especially through parts of central and along the west coast, but those winds are going to stay strong tonight, generally out of the west or northwest, depending on where you are, between 60 and 80 kilometers per hour. Up through the Great Northern Peninsula, we're going to see that much stronger, and along the northeast coast as well, especially along the coast of Labrador. Could see gusts between 110 and 120, or rather 30 kilometers per hour tonight. And then again, dipping down to about -10 for Happy Valley Goose Bay, staying nice and mild along the coast. And then Labrador City should hover around that -18 mark tonight. So here's a look at the wind warnings we looked at a little bit earlier along White Bay and then down along the northeast coast, including the northeastern Avalon as well in exposed areas. That's where we will most likely see the strongest winds. And that will continue as we head through the night tonight. So we'll take a look at that. 115 kilometers per hour, again, likely closer to 130 in extreme exposed areas up through Labrador, but then generally looking at strong winds right through the day tomorrow between 60 and 80 kilometers per hour. And then into Friday is when we'll eventually start to see these winds die down as that low continues to pull away into Friday. So here's a look at the other watches and warnings we have. We still have that winter storm warning up through the Great Northern Peninsula. Otherwise, it's blowing snow advisories down through the west coast, and then including the northeast coast to Bonavista North, and then up through Labrador. Blowing snow advisory for Rigolette. Otherwise, that is a winter storm warning for the Labrador coast. And again, that will likely continue at least through the first half of tomorrow. As we can see, that future tracker keeping that snow all along the coast, eventually clearing out for Newfoundland, though it looks like an absolutely gorgeous day, and then Labrador City as well, looking at a nice afternoon tomorrow. So here's a look at that snowfall. Again, along the coast, we could see anywhere from 15 to 30 centimeters. Pockets of between 30 to 50 centimeters is possible. But as far as temperatures go tomorrow, it looks quite nice. -2 for St. John's, minus single digits again across the board, with that snow continuing for the Northern Peninsula and then up through Cartwright as well. Labrador City sitting around -10 as your afternoon high. Not quite as windy though, only looking at winds around 15 kilometers per hour. So let's look at your forecast. We'll look a little bit ahead towards the weekend when I come back in a little bit. Deb?
Thanks, Ashley. Did you know that the Bank of Canada might be holding on to some of your money? Here's Jen White with the lowdown on unclaimed balances.
Have you ever opened a bank account and maybe forgot that you had it after you changed banks or moved to a different city? Well, there are lots of accounts like that out there, and it's not small change. Here's the lowdown on unclaimed balances. As of the end of 2017, the Bank of Canada estimates there were nearly 2 million unclaimed balances, worth a total of $742 million. When there has been no activity for a decade and the owner can't be contacted by the institution holding the money, the cash is turned over to the Bank of Canada. That includes unclaimed balances in everything from savings and checking accounts to credit card balances, term deposits, or GICs. So how do you find out if you're in the money? The Bank of Canada has this website. If you click on the Unclaimed Balances Registry, that's where you can search for your name. You're probably wondering whether people actually get any money back. Well, the answer is yes. The Bank of Canada says it paid out $10 million in 2017 alone.
I've seen even people jumping up and down saying, oh, I got here on time before it sold out. It makes me so happy.
From foodie to food truck owner.
The story behind one of the newest takeout spots in St. John's. Next. Welcome back to Here Now. I hope you've eaten because you're about to get hungry. There's a new food truck in St. John's that's serving Indian food. It's in the Stavanger Drive area, and you can sometimes see a lineup around the big bright orange truck, and the meals often sell out completely. Jerry Joy started up the Indian Express. Here's his story.
My name is Jerry Joy. I was born in India, went to school and worked in Singapore. I worked in Ireland, then I moved to Newfoundland. I'm an engineer, I'm a real estate agent, but what I really love is food. I am the joy of cooking. So I started a business, and this is it. Oh, I've always been a foodie. We love to entertain. We always have people over at our house. I and my wife, we love to see the surprise in their face when they take the first bite. You know, when I did open houses for agents, when I listed a house, I always served a full-course Indian meal, and my fellow real estate agents would always flock. How good is that? My wife Jasmine, she also loves to do something with the food all the time. She loves cooking. So when I said this idea, okay, there is a truck available in Gander. We might have to go and pick it up, take a look at it. There is a chance we might own a truck and start a new business. She was all for it. We are putting on the decals, the logos and everything on the food truck today. Everything is coming together well, I guess, looking beautiful. All from scratch. If it's tomato, it's tomato. If it is chickpea, it's chickpea. A lot of people are coming to eat the butter chicken. 2 butter chicken, 3 samosas.
Yeah, I can eat that till I throw up. They're good. I'll have one.
One? Okay.
Please.
1 butter chicken, 1 samosa. It's a butter chicken. The butter chicken guy.
Your food is really good.
Thank you. Bacon bits. When people say I'm trying it for the first time, my friends told me that it is awesome. That's the best thing. That's the most rewarding part of it. I hope the money will come later. There is never the perfect time. Don't wait for all the stars to align. If things are coming closer, you see that the universe is talking to you. People are responding to your desire. Go for it. Jump in, feel it, and figure it out. That's what I did.
Well, Jerry Joy, obviously very colorful businessman, but also having a food business, well, that is a lot of work. And I want to go from Jerry Joy to Joy de la Cruz. Thank you very much for inviting us here.
You're welcome.
So we're going to have a discussion now about what it's like for new Canadians to start new businesses. So tell me about this restaurant. How did you and your husband decide to open this up?
Actually, we started in November of 2015, and it's his dream and my mother's dream as well that, you know, we put it together, our own diversity of, you know, to keep our Filipino community, you know, enjoying the Filipino food as well, same as the Newfoundlanders as well, that they had their experience of tasting our Filipino food in mainland, and they're happy that, you know, we brought it here.
So you started this off actually just catering to the Filipino community,
Yes.
but I've been here on a Friday night and it's busy with a lot of non-Filipinos. So how's the business been?
It's been doing good. So far, so good now that we've been running for 3 years last November. And we're looking forward for more years to come to generate our sales as well, and word of mouth for the people. And, you know, that's a great help for us to keep our restaurant doing good so far.
Now, Al, you started a different kind of business, or I should say you bought a different business.
Yes.
Tell me what you do.
We are doing now in our business, we are doing refurbished computers. We service computers and laptops, and we sell a lot of refurbished computers. And we help people to have their computer working good and good for business, and we are doing that for home and business as well.
So you sell basically used computers.
Used computers.
You fix
Yes.
them up. So you must have a technical education.
Yes, I had 2 degrees from Syria, One, it was institute. I did that for 2 years, and one other, it's engineering in information computers.
So what were the biggest challenges in getting your business going, to sort of get it moving, get it off the ground?
For me, it's, I guess I have to make my customer happy and do a good service for them. And actually, I need the people to support me here too. Support the small business, like my business and Joey business, that will help the economy here. Okay. In Newfoundland, and that's what we need to support our economy here, because now we consider this land as our homeland. That's right.
And you work 7 days a week, right?
Yes, we are working 7 days a week in our shop, from 9 to 6 every day.
And how many hours do you put in?
We're only working Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Right, but you have another job too.
And I have another job.
Right, busy
Full
people.
Time, right? We try to keep our, to help together, enable for us to maintain our sales.
Now, Justin, you work with a lot of people, like these two fine business people.
Mm-hmm.
What do their stories, how do their stories compare with other new Canadians that you've worked with?
Well, a lot of the things that we discussed here already are fairly typical for newcomers trying to start businesses. There are some challenges, like you've touched on. I don't know, Al and Joy, if you found things like trying to build up a network of people that can help you run the business. That tends to be one of the big challenges that newcomers can face.
Right. What kind of challenges did you both face, Joy?
Well, when we started, we use our own resources, and because it's a new Filipino restaurant and it's not majority Filipino living here, right?
So what do you mean resources? You mean money?
Money-wise, so we're not grant with our business. We apply for it, but it happened that, we were not approved for that time. And we try to, start it up because we really want it and enable for us to maintain, my husband's dream and my mom's dream as well, which is, she passed away now, right?
Right.
But we made it, so far, so we use our own, resources with it and came along with it. So, but the tax is really high for us to,
You find the taxes here high?
Very high, and able for us to, to maintain our, sales and profit with it. So.
Now, what challenges do you find out?
Here, for the main challenge I found it is that people, they doesn't know much about small business. We need more advertise. That is, which is a little bit expensive for our business, small business like us. And also we need the people trust the big business more than the new and small business. That's big challenge we face. But now we jump over that because everybody try us, he trusts us again, and he can use us more time.
So you get the repeat customers, the same way that you get people who come back to eat here more often.
Yes.
Right. How do you actually help people who've come from different countries and they start their own business? What kind of help do they get?
Yeah, well, we offer a full range of services, particularly on business startups. So it could be helping people to understand labor market information. It could be working to connect people with mentors, people who have already traveled this road and would have advice to offer. Things like that.
What's the biggest challenge that you face? So I'll ask you to be an advisor. So let's say some new Canadians are watching, they want to go into business. What advice would you give them? What's the #1 piece of advice?
#1 piece of advice, try to check your location for your business.
Location?
Yes, and the location.
Location, location, location.
Location, always location, yes. And again, you have to see if this town need really this business or not, so you will be succeed or not.
You have to mingle with, with your customers as well, interaction with it, to help them to come back and, and the taste as well, right?
Justin, I guess we'll wind up with you. It doesn't matter where you're from these days, given the state of the economy. Obviously, you have to have confidence if you're going to start a business. What advice would you have for new people who want to actually start their own business?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think a lot of newcomers already Joy and Al, you're great examples of this. People who have ideas, they're willing to take that risk. We see that newcomers start businesses at more than 20% the rate of the Canadian born. So there's certainly, no challenge in finding those opportunities or even a willingness to overcome those kinds of risks. And that's really what's driving the economy. So even if you look at what's happening with the economy in this province in particular right now, but even right across the country, that's exactly what we need. People coming in with a new kind of perspective and actually willing to take those risks to start up businesses.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some people say that immigrants take jobs. But in this case, you're actually creating jobs.
Jobs for for our province to keep our Filipino community stay here.
And you're paying taxes.
And we're paying taxes. We're paying double taxes anyway.
Well, listen, interesting discussion. Thank you once again for inviting us here, and good luck.
Thank you so much for the interview.
Excited to get a new masterpiece for myself.
His business is art, and business is good. Meet an 11-year-old boy from CBS who's using his talents to save money for a big dream.
With mummers, salt meat on Christmas Day, and purity syrup, Christmas in Newfoundland and Labrador is unique. But does anyone really celebrate it any better? On Boxing Day, join us for a look back with A Christmas Past, a special show coming straight to you from the CBC vaults.
Well, there aren't many ways for preteen children to earn money, but one 11-year-old boy has turned a talent into a money-making venture.
And now he's saving every dime to pursue his passion when he gets older. Here now's Carolyn Stokes explains.
When Sean Taylor picks up a paintbrush, he is in his happy place. For this soft-spoken 11-year-old, it's a relaxing pastime that makes him feel
calm and excited to get a new masterpiece for myself.
Perhaps his quiet love of painting is a reflection of the artist he admires most.
Bob Ross.
Hello, I'm Bob Ross, and I'd like to welcome you to the 20th Joy of Painting series.
It's so calming to watch him paint, and his paintings are really nice.
For Sean, painting a masterpiece means creating art that means something to him. Right now, he considers this painting his masterpiece.
The church, where I did it and donated it to the church in memory of my pop.
What's the connection between the church and your pop?
He was the caretaker.
It's the most special painting he's done, and he has plenty to choose from.
60, about 60.
Since you were 8.
Sean's first painting at age 8 is this one. Since then, his love of art has become more than just a hobby. It's grown into a business, Sean's Shining Art.
How many paintings have you sold?
I don't know. There's a lot.
Aren't they beautiful? Gorgeous. So you did them? Yeah. Wow.
He sells prints of his paintings at craft shows on his Facebook site, and he takes requests.
I get a lot of houses for people, and I did 2 dogs. I did an old truck for someone.
Yeah, he's a real little entrepreneur, no doubt about that.
And his mom says he's turned all that paint into a lot of green.
He's got a fat bank account for an 11-year-old kid.
About $5,000 I save up in my bank account.
$5,000 from selling his paintings, a nest egg for the future.
He's saving it all. He won't spend 5 cents like we brings him around to craft fairs and everything, and he won't even buy us a coffee or anything for bringing him around. He's like, no, won't do it. So we just torment him about that. His father's a bit tight too.
And the only time Sean dips into those savings is to cover business expenses.
If I need frames for my craft fairs, or if I need prints for my craft fairs, I just go over to the bank and take out money and go to get my prints or whatever, or my calendars, because I got calendars also.
Wow. And you're not tempted to like take some money and go get some sneakers, or?
No.
Why not?
I just don't want to spend my money like that.
That's because he has a very specific goal in mind.
He's dead strong on that when he graduates grade 12, that he will be doing art school.
Yeah.
And then what?
Then probably own my own art school.
Own an art school in Newfoundland, because right now there's neither one there. So you never know. He may succeed and do just that.
Teaching art? Sounds familiar.
And I'll show you how to create some of the most fantastic paintings you've ever seen in just a few minutes. So I tell you what, let's go on up to the canvas here and get started.
Carolyn Stokes, CBC News, St. John's.
He's talented,
Yes.
but mature beyond his years.
Yeah, frugal and making plans for the future. Bright kid.
Ah, it was nice to meet Sean.
Now back to the Muskrat Falls inquiry. Kathy Dunderdale spent time today talking about the sometimes nasty tone that seemed to be pervasive on all sides in the lead up to the project getting final approval. Jeff Budden, the lawyer for the Muskrat Falls Concerned Citizens Coalition, questioned the former premier, and Budden wanted to know if Dunderdale supported the harsh criticism that Jerome Kennedy directed at one of the group's most outspoken members, David Vardy. Kennedy was Dunderdale's Minister of Natural Resources at the time.
I don't support those kinds of comments. I have been on the receiving end of those kinds of commentary by people who are represented here at the Commission, parts of groups and so on. You know, some of the positions taken by people opposed to Muskrat Falls have been very personal and to some degree scary with me. So,
has Mr. Vardy ever attacked anybody in those terms?
Not Mr. Vardy, but
once?
others within the group have taken some poor decisions around comments they have made with regard to me, particularly during that process.
You're allowed a chance to question the group. I'm questioning you now. What I'm saying, as Premier, you do acknowledge that your Minister of Natural Resources attacked a leading critic of the project, a former civil servant.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Commissioner, if I may, I mean, in fairness, Mr. Budden has raised this point. I think it's only fair he put to the witness as well that Mr. Kennedy's follow-up comments were with respect that it was done in the heat of a political moment, maybe not appropriate at the time. So, I mean, we're creating a perception here that's been addressed by Mr. Kennedy. He addressed that, and while I'm not going to suggest that he necessarily recanted, he did put in context these comments, and I think that's only fair that that be put to the witness.
Yeah, I think that certainly was said by Mr. Kennedy, but
I don't see a problem with the question that's being asked, so go ahead, Mr.
Thank you. So what my point here is not to defend everything that was said to you. That's not my role. My role is to hold you accountable for decisions made by you when you're in government, at least question on them for the commissioner and ultimately to hold you accountable. And what I'm saying in that particular instance, it was Mr. Vardy, a critic of the project, who was being attacked by Mr. Kennedy.
Yes, and I do not support Mr. Kennedy's remarks, nor do I support making those kinds of remarks. And I certainly would have made my feelings known, and I'm glad that Mr. Kennedy publicly acknowledged that that wasn't an appropriate thing to do.
Well, here's a live look outside Prince Philip Parkway. Now, over the next couple of days, everybody's going to wonder, is it going to be a white Christmas?
That's right.
Well,
we're counting on you.
No promises, but I'll have all the details coming up.
I want my money back.
Tomorrow on Here and Now, imagine the fun and ease of downhill skiing without the hill. That's what the Skeezy is all about.
This here is the best thing that came along since downhill skiing, I think. It's the most fun I can have in a compact unit where I don't have to go and slog.
Now, this local invention is about to take the world of winter sports by storm. We'll take you out for a rip tomorrow on Here and Now.
There's nothing like being home for the holidays, so while you're enjoying the glow of a roaring fire and a festive Christmas tree, guys, green screen!
Sorry, got it.
While you're relaxing at home, consider lending a hand to those less fortunate. Visit cbc.ca/feednl and click the donate button. All contributions support the Community Food Sharing Association, and they support people in your neighborhood. We're wrapping up this campaign on New Year's Eve, so please make your donation today.
Good plug there for the end of Feed NL New Year's Eve. And of course, we're all looking ahead. Many of us interested in whether the white stuff will stay around.
Well, that, and especially a lot of traveling happening too. So what kind of weather are we expecting as we head forward? Well, if we take a look at the forecast into Friday, things are actually going to stay quite clear for the most part. Looks like a gorgeous day. Temperatures generally sitting in the single digits, on the below zero for the most part. But if we take a look into Friday night, we'll start to see some cloud cover move in, and then eventually this next system will make its way towards the province, and it looks like a little bit of a mess. So as far as temperature wise, 0 and 1 degree for the most part across most of Newfoundland up through Labrador, still hanging on to those warm temperatures. -7 for Happy Valley Goose Bay, -6 for Nain. Lab City going to jump up to -5 by Friday. Now, taking a look at this, it does look a little bit messy Friday night into Saturday morning. With this system, we're seeing temperatures climbing quite significantly, so anywhere from the mid-single digits to potentially even the double digits for parts of Newfoundland, and we're going to see this warm air right up through Labrador as well, and that will continue most of Saturday into Sunday. We'll start to see a little bit of a shift, and behind that, things will cool down, and then eventually we're going to see potentially that potential for some freezing rain, and that will slide across Newfoundland as well into Monday. Monday becomes a little bit less extravagant for the most part as far as weather goes. So why are we seeing this? Well, it has to do with where the jet stream is, and if you can see, this jet stream is diving way down into the southern parts of the United States. Take a look at this color contour. Temperatures down through parts of Florida, this same as what we're going to see in Newfoundland for Saturday. But to continue into the rest of the weekend, we are going to get back into that cold pattern, so that potential for snow definitely in the forecast. Whether we'll see snow on the ground or not, that is yet to be determined. So here's a look at the forecast, though, long range. We're looking at that everything clearing out for the most part on Friday. Temperatures sitting around the 0 degree mark, but again staying windy through the day tomorrow, and then windy again on Saturday with that rain. Look at those temperatures jumping up to the single digits into Saturday. Monday returning down to those cooler temperatures. Now, central Newfoundland looking at sunshine through Friday as well. 6 degrees on Saturday, even warmer on Sunday. We're going to see those windy conditions overnight into Sunday, and then again dropping down for Monday down to -2. And then same thing for Western Labrador, likely going to see, or rather Western Newfoundland, likely going to see that warm up a little bit earlier on Saturday and then dipping down on Sunday. Now, we've been talking about these warm temperatures for Eastern Labrador. The normal around this time of year is -11 as your daytime high. Going to potentially see a temperature near 5 degrees on Saturday. Again, that potential for some freezing rain and rain through the day, and then dipping right back down to seasonal for Monday. And then the same thing for Western Labrador, sitting around 3 degrees it looks like by Saturday, but with a return of that snow, things should be quite nice for Christmas. So let's look at your forecasts. We'll look at your weather photo when I come back in a little bit. Debbie?
Thanks, Ashley. Well, there are new charges in the assault scandal at a Toronto private school. Toronto police have arrested a 7th student from St. Michael's College School.
Physical and sexual abuse cannot be tolerated anywhere, let alone in schools where children should feel safe.
The latest student arrested is 15 years old. Police have now investigated a total of 8 incidents tied to the all-boys Catholic school. Investigators are pursuing criminal charges in 3 of those 8 incidents. They include assault, sexual assault with a weapon, and gang sexual assault charges. Police say they don't expect to lay any more charges, but they remain concerned that video of a sexual assault involving students is still being shared online.
The federal government has confirmed that yet another Canadian has been arrested in China. It's the 3rd person since a prominent Chinese executive was detained in Vancouver earlier this month. Now, so far, no details about the woman's arrest, but at his year-end news conference this afternoon, the Prime Minister said it does not appear to involve a serious crime.
We are looking into the details on this most recent one that doesn't seem to fit the pattern set by the previous 2, but we'll have more to say as we collect the facts on this issue.
Last week, 2 Canadians were arrested in China, former diplomat Michael Kovrig and businessman Michael Spavor. Both are accused of endangering China's national security. Now, their detentions may be in retaliation for the arrest of Meng Wanzhou in Vancouver on December the 1st. That happened at the request of the United States. The U.S. accuses the Huawei executive of violating sanctions against Iran.
Let's look at your weather photo today. Not exactly an easy one.
No, it's so calm. Beautiful, though. Have no idea.
Is that a river?
It is, and apparently it is used to be a very good salmon fishing river.
Oh, well, lots of those.
But okay.
I'll leave the salmon ones to Debbie.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, I'll tell you where this photo was and who sent us this gorgeous photo when I come back.
Welcome back, everybody, and we all know how noisy and busy shopping malls can be at this time of the year. Witness Friday at the Avalon Mall for our show.
Yes, when we were there, it certainly was. Now, all the distraction of the mall, that can make it difficult for certain kids who visit Santa.
That's right. And if all that distraction, it looks like for the third year in a row, a mall in Edmonton has staged a special event called Silent Santa.
The lights were dimmed and the mall music was turned off before the doors opened to anyone else. Kids with autism got to visit the big guy in a quiet, relaxed setting.
Now, Santa says he's seen parents cry because it's the first time that their children have actually posed for a photo. And as you can see, everybody's calm.
That's
Not
a
too
great
much.
idea.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that is a wonderful idea.
Yeah, no sensory overload. People are happy. That's fantastic.
So there's another calm scene there.
Indeed.
Yeah. Did we guess? No.
Won't be so calm when I get there in my skeezy.
You might want to wait a little bit. This is Con Pond, and we got this beautiful shot, apparently, which was once the best salmon waters in Newfoundland.
Wow. I haven't heard of that.
Nice
but
spot.
That looks like a lovely spot to visit.
Thank you, Dan. Waiting for the invite. Where it all melts.
Yeah, and if you have any weather photos you'd like to share with us, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
That's our show for this evening, and you want to see the skis
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I can't wait to see Zach set up on the skeezy. I'm going to go home and see if I can fit one under the tree this year.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.